Hi. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome. I know it's kind of unusual to a Tuesday edition of Time Out Overtime on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel. I'm Rick Arsenal. You know the drill. If you haven't done it yet, please get down there in the corner. Kindly smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. And let your friends know the next subscriber to my podcast will be the winner. If you're a subscriber, you can already tell them what they're going to win. It won't cost you 1 red cent. Yeah. It's free. Not much is free anymore, but this is. You can watch and listen to me for free. Okay. How many people could say that? There aren't many things that are free anymore, but my podcast is. Okay. All right. Thank you. Kind of a dead time of the year right now for sports around here. And thank God we've got a cold front moving in tonight. There could be some bumpy weather with it, but we'll have some relief from this heat and humidity the next few days. At least it looks like right through the holiday weekend anyway, and we're thankful for that. We'll worry about next week when we get there, right? Okay, all right. Sad sack taco story. I'll get to that in a minute. I want to get the Pistons out of the way first. Trajan Langdon, the Pistons president of basketball operations, met the media this afternoon, 1 o'clock, talked for about a half an hour. Based on what he said, I don't expect, and nor should you, for them to do anything significant as far as personnel moves this summer. I think if he had his way, he'd like to bring everybody back. That might be hard for you to fathom if you're an ardent Piston fan, but it did. From what he had to say, it didn't sound very encouraging. This is a deep draft. They had the 21st pick. If he would try to package something to move up top 10 or even top 5, I don't know. It's a deep draft. You might get a decent player, 21. But all he could talk about was the significant progress they've made in the last 24 months. Just 2 years ago, going from 14 wins to where they are now. As Piston fans, the question I have for you, if you're a Piston fan, how do you feel about that? Are you satisfied with the fact that they've progressed in the last 24 months to get to where they are now? I'll go back to what I said a couple of days ago. If Wagner doesn't get hurt, they don't beat Orlando and they don't win a playoff series. And we're still talking about this group of players having not won a playoff series. I sincerely believe that now after what transpired on Sunday. It's frustrating. I don't understand why you want the same crew of players back. I told you the other day, to me, the only untouchables to me are Kenny Cunningham and Asar Thompson. If you heard what the Kenny Atkinson, the Cavalier head coach, had to say in regard to how they avoided Asar during this 7-game series, I mean, he couldn't say enough for the boys' defense, for the guys' defense. I'm sorry. Problem is, there was an NBA coach. Was it Al Bianchi? Yes, Al Bianchi. Al Bianchi, former NBA coach, once said about Dennis Rodman, you could lock him in a gym all by himself for an hour, and he won't score 20 points. Maybe so, but it was one heck of a defender and rebounder. And back then, the Pistons had players, shooters like Thomas and Dumars and Vinnie Johnson and even Bill Laimbeer and Mark McGuire, who could provide enough offense that you could afford to have him out there going 4-on-5 when you're on the offensive end of the court. As far as the future for this team goes, look, what about Markkanen in Utah? Try to go out and get him. Well, what about Trey Murphy Jr.? It's frustrating to hear this. And why did he even? Brad Holmes does the same thing. Why do you even go out and do this? Because you think you have an obligation to meet the press after the season? They're not going to tell you what they're going to do, but it just didn't sound. Let's put it this way: it did not sound very encouraging. And if he doesn't do anything, like a colleague of mine said earlier, if anybody watched that game last night, those two teams are leaps and bounds above any team in the East. Any team in the East. Now, the Eastern Conference Finals get underway tonight. Cleveland and New York. Knicks and Cavs. Doesn't matter who comes out of this flop fest. That's what's going to be, is a flop fest between Jalen Brunson and James Harden. Whoever comes out of this is going to get swept, more than likely by the San Antonio Spurs. That was a game for the ages last night. It really was. Two really good teams going at it. One of them is going to be the NBA champion, winner of the Lawrence O'Brien Trophy. I'm kind of pulling for the Spurs right now. So that's it. I know if you're a Piston fan, it sounds pretty discouraging. But it is what it is. So let's get our sponsors out of the way. Finish Line Family Restaurant. I'm not reading a script, so what I have to say now is merely a testimonial. Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. Everybody knows where that is. Serving our community, this area, this region for the better part of 40 years, 4 decades, and for good reason. It's the best darn sit-down restaurant in our area, bar none. Where do you want to start? Hours of operation, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. Open until 8 o'clock Friday night with all-you-can-eat fish, and beginning next Thursday, the 28th. Throughout the summer, they will be open both Thursday and Friday night until 8 o'clock. Thursday night will be some kind of a classic car drive-in, featuring root beer floats and coney dogs, as well as their other menu items. They've got a lot of new menu items right now. I've tried them all. They're great. They're good. Reasonably priced. Award-winning breakfast served all day. Fast, friendly service. Great family atmosphere. You can't ask for any more. And a good old-fashioned sit-down family restaurant in the Finish Line on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. And I can promise you, when you fuel up from food at the Finish Line restaurant, you'll always finish first. And once you've paid your bill and you're on your way out, you're headed to your car, you'll have a big smile on your face, feeling fully satisfied. Okay? I better see you there. All right? Okay. We're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance. Question for seniors. Have you got your playbook ready for Medicare? Or do you? Don't let healthcare costs, we know they're rising too. Don't let healthcare costs bench you. Like everything else, the cost of healthcare is rising leaps and bounds too. We're calling an audible with Joe Rudin at Barron Insurance to help you navigate Medicare and health insurance. You need this. You really do. So whether you're aging into Medicare, you're in a special enrollment period, or you're losing other coverage, Joe's got the stats and the know-how to help you score the best coverage for your needs. Plus, you get a game plan for retirement health care costs. Now, what about businesses? Businesses don't get sacked. Joe's got group health coverage options for you too, okay? You give Joe a call at 517-849-1000 or check him out at www.barrettins.com. That's all one word, 2 R's and 2 T's. You'll find him at the corner of US 12 and N99 in downtown Jonesville. Joe Rudin Insurance, protecting your dreams, 517-849-1000. That's barrettins.com. Like I said, 2 R's and 2 T's. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams, and of course, Quality PC, 37 Waldwood Street, downtown Hillsdale, 517-610-5372. The only place around here to go for tech service. That's it. Nothing else comes close. I've already told you before if you're a regular listener. Whatever it is, computers, new or used, flat screen TV, money, programming setup, maybe if you're changing internet providers, you need that installed. Printers, new or used, anything at all, just get in there and see Tim Finley and his staff are more than capable of resolving any technical issues that you may have. I can assure you of that. 517-610-5372, 37 Walton Street in downtown Hillsdale. Quality PC. You get in there and see them. Tell them Rick and Mickey sent you. Thank you very much. Tigers. Oh, that's sad. So sad, 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 sad. Well, right now they're what, 6.5 back in Cleveland, first place Cleveland. So by the time the Guardians leave town on late Thursday afternoon, the Tigers will be 9.5 or 10 games back. They'll be 11 or 12 games under 500, and they'll be buried. This ship is sinking, taking on water very quickly. As I said, since Skubal went down, the last 13 games are 2-11. Be 2-12 tonight. They're facing Messick, the Guardians' best pitcher, just in his second year, but the kid's pretty darn good. Well, I mean, it's everything except for McGonigal. Even Cole Keith does not have a home run. This team doesn't hit home runs. Severe power outage. Riley Green is the only, of the veterans, and that's it. I think 5 through 9 last night. 5 through 9 the lineup last night. In what was it, an 8-2 loss? 5 for 9 last night. 1 hit. 5 for 9. Spencer Torkelson, they might as well designate him for assignment, along with Zach Short. Sorry, Tork, you can go out the door with Short. Nothing from him. Absolutely nothing. Weird 5 consecutive games in which he had a home run to tie a Tiger franchise record. Other than that, the dude's done nothing. Nothing. During this 2-11 cycle, or streak, if you will. He's got 5 hits. No home runs. He struck out 24 times. His OPS is down to what, about 460 now? Nothing. They get nothing out of it. All he does is strike out. And quite frankly, he's a liability on defense. I don't know what they're hanging on to him for. I really don't. It's for a team that was expected to compete for another division championship this year to where it is now. It's been everything. Framber Valdez has been a disaster. Got ejected for throwing at a player a couple of weeks ago. He got walks last night. Bullpen is bad. Starting pitching is bad, and they can't hit, and the defense isn't very good. Other than that, they're fine. No. It's bad, folks. And again, like I said before, I hate to beat a dead horse. But the real losers are the folks paying money to go to the ballpark and watch this, or either paying for a subscription to Detroit Sportsnet to watch it on TV. Those are the real losers. Those are the ones I feel sorry for. Okay. And like I said, right now, baseball is the only thing going on around here. College sports isn't doing anything. Unless you're an ardent hockey fan, you're following the NHL playoffs. What is the Western Final right now between the Avalanche and the Golden Knights? I think whoever wins that, I think whoever wins the Eastern Finals in the NHL will end up winning the Stanley Cup. Frankly, I'll make a prediction right here. I think the Carolina Panthers will win the whole thing. Carolina Panthers. I'm sorry, that's football. Carolina Hurricane. I think the Hurricane will win the whole thing. Whole ball of wax. Okay. This hardly seems like hockey weather, I know, but it's unfortunate. But Even Dan Dickerson on the radio sounds disgusted. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I used to, but not anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, One last thing before we get out of here. The Lions, if you didn't hear, announced their preseason schedule today. 3 games. First game at Cincinnati on Thursday night, August the 13th at 7 o'clock. Second game, the only game at home in the preseason, Saturday, August the 22nd against the Washington Commanders. It looks like that's a noon start. Looks like that game will start at noon. Okay, that's the only preseason game at Ford Field. Saturday at noon, August 22nd against the Washington Commanders. And then the final preseason game, Saturday, August the 29th at Indianapolis. Looks like a 3 p.m. start. No, I take that back. They changed that. Yeah, it was 3 p.m. I think they changed it to 1 o'clock now. Okay, all right. And then, of course, it's 2 weeks after that, the season gets underway at home, September the 13th against the New Orleans Saints. That's a long way off yet. Training camp is what? 10 weeks away yet. And the fact that they don't have any joint practices this summer, I would expect the Dan Campbell and his coaching staff will play some of the regulars in the preseason, let them get their feet wet. I think he said last year he learned a valuable lesson from not playing it last year. So, especially with no joint practices, I look for him to put the regulars in, let them get their feet wet the preseason this year. Okay, that's going to do it till tomorrow. I'll be back with you tomorrow, okay? And that'll be the last show of the week. So, until tomorrow then, I'll simply say thank you for watching. I hope it's been about 4 minutes, 20 minutes with you or so. Okay. I wish I had better news to report, but it is what it is. We'll all get through this together. So until tomorrow then, simply say thank you to all of you for watching, listening. Remember to tell your friends. It costs nothing to subscribe to my podcast. So till tomorrow, have yourselves a good evening. Remember, please treat each other with respect. So long, everybody.